This video is brought to you by the lovely sponsors below. Thank you so much for your support.
Master, Tristan, stop.
Of course. What are you sensing, Bryn? The snow in this Lostbelt is throwing off my senses.
I sense a familiar presence. My sisters are here. They are watching us. Carefully.
I see. I'm sorry it's come to this.
Worry not, Master. This was inevitable from the beginning. My dear sisters, if you insist on standing in our way, at the very least, I wish to see your faces when we cross blades. Do you not wish the same? Am I the only one? Thrud. Hild. Ortlind.
Big sister, why must you side with humans?
We didn't wish to fight you. That's why we had to.
If you continued to sleep, you wouldn't oppose us. If you had just kept slumbering, if that human had just left you alone, it would not have come to this.
So it wasn't just Sigurd. You played a part too. You were the ones who... You were the ones who tried to take Bryn away from me!
Silence, human. Know your place.
It is you who is keeping our big sister from us.
What?
Your contract. Breaking it should set our sister free. It doesn't take much to dispose of a human.
Our sister would not wish to see you suffer a cruel death. We will be sure it's quick and painless.
You won't feel anything. You will simply fall asleep.
Master.
Worry not, Miss Brynhild. No harm will befall our master. I will see to it that she is safe. This is your battle. Ready yourself for combat, worry-free.
Thank you, Mr. Napoleon.
Such impudence, Napoleon Bonaparte. To stand in our way.
Thrud. Hild. It pains me that your attention drifts elsewhere when your opponent is standing in front of you.
Big sister.
Why? We may not be the same sisters from your history, but we share the same face, the same voices. Does that not matter to you?
Do you not care about killing us?
You've said more than enough, little Valkyries. Your sister is in front of you, waiting. Do not make this harder on her.
You have been blinded by this human, big sister. This human and that foul man, Sigurd.
Those responsible for our sister's madness, her humanity, absolutely unforgivable.
A moment, Masters of Chaldea, a moment. You know, I used to think you Valkyries were all business, but to hear those sisters exchange such passionate feelings, oh, my heart is all aflutter!
I believe you may be misunderstanding my words. I was merely expressing my disappointment in their behavior.
Never mind that for now, Bryn. You know how he is. Regardless of your reasoning, I'm proud of you.
Oh, thank you, Master.
As am I, Miss Valkyrie.
Sorry for keeping you waiting, Masters of Chaldea. We will now begin.
Oh, how cold.
Right. Well, moving right along, you will be fighting against the 3 Valkyrie sisters in Section 4 of Chapter 11. Up until this point, all we've been fighting have been the mass-produced Valkyrie, but these 3 are the real deal. Don't take them lightly, alright?
As my master says. However, for this encounter I will be granting you my blessing, in the form of my own primordial rune. With this, the critical rate will be permanently decreased, while your own critical star drop rate is permanently increased for the duration of the battle, as soon as combat begins.
Oh, how splendid! For servants such as I, we can make good use of this blessing. Now on to the dance!
You have an advantage over divine enemies, yes. However, given that the Valkyries are lancers, using archers would not be recommended. Sorry, Napoleon, you'll have to sit this one out.
Ah, well, no matter. A great general knows when to strike and when to execute tactical retreat. But just call for me and I'll be by your side in seconds, little lady.
Thank you. Continuing, sabers will serve as the best match for the sisters, whether single target or AoE. Some good choices would be Bedivere, Caesar, either version of Nero, and Gawain. Two sabers who would take full advantage of the increased critical star drops would be Lancelot and Okita. While they both already have good star generation on their own, Brynhild's blessing will push that even further. As for support servants, I would recommend Hans, Mozart, or Irisfeel, in addition to the usual Waver, Merlin, and Tamamo. For craft essences, I'd recommend Fondant au Chocolat and Verses, since they both increase your servant's damage against the Valkyries due to their divine trait. Art of Death would also work since they are humanoid as well.
Of course, the fun doesn't stop there! The angelic trio all possess individual break bars and share a few skills, but each one of them possesses their own specific skill that they'll use to try to flip the scales when the time is right. So stay wary and stay alive, okay?
The skills will be as follows. Remember that due to translation, things might be written differently, but the overall effects would still be the same. All Valkyries have the skill Primordial Rune, which increases quick card effectiveness by 30% for 3 turns, and increases Noble Phantasm strength by 20% for 3 turns. Swan Dress A, which applies Evade 1 time for 3 turns, nullifies Debuff 1 time for 3 turns, and cuts damage by 1,000 3 times for 3 turns. And let's not forget their Noble Phantasm. An AoE nuke that applies Sure Hit for 1 turn and does 1000% damage to all enemies with a 50% chance to inflict death. Ordlinde has Defend Order, which increases the defense against Noble Phantasm damage to all of her allies by 30%. This is permanent and is not able to be removed. Hildur has Counterattack Order, which increases the attack of all allies by 30%. Again, permanent and unremovable. Thrud has Siege Order, which applies target focus on a single enemy and increases the critical strength of all allies by 30%. Both of these are permanent.
I am deeply sorry once more for their behavior, and I will do what I can to ensure damage is kept to a minimum. All I ask is that you do your best, Masters of Chaldea, for the sake of your own victories and survival. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Rude! Hild! What are you?
They didn't even try to avoid it. They just stood there.
I don't understand. Why didn't you move?
We were always envious of you, big sister. We wanted to be like you, but it seems that is impossible.
We cannot defeat you. The thought of killing you is so very painful. Are you at the very least proud of our effort?
Yes. Yes, dear sisters. You put on a performance worthy of your status.
Let's go, Hild. Our work is complete.
No!
Ortlinde, I'm sorry that you had to witness this. I'm also sorry, but you can't come with us.
Forgive us, sweet Ortland. You're not ready yet. You still have much to understand in doing what your heart wishes.
Yes, you must learn to follow your heart.
And that is our wish for you, dear Ortland.
No. Thrud. Hild. Big sister. child. I don't understand. Why did you...
Ordlin.
I don't understand.
Bryn,
I'm alright, Miss Nina.
are you sure?
Yes. I'll be fine. This was unavoidable. They knew that we would never be able to walk the same path. As did I.